The Dershow.
Legally, it's hard to find a real difference between the Trump case and the Biden case. I'm not talking about obstruction of justice now. That may be a different matter. I'm talking only about the crime of unlawful possessing of classified material. The elements of that crime is that it's classified in both cases. I think there's an agreement that it's classified. In the Trump case, he said, I could have declassified this, but I didn't. And here it is. And in the Biden case, he said in a recorded conversation, I think it's classified. Here's, be careful with it. I think it's classified. So in both cases, there's evidence that the items were classified. B, in both cases, there was evidence that the people holding them, Trump and Biden, knew that they were classified. In both cases, they knew they were classified and nonetheless possessed them. Biden didn't say, oh my God, it's classified. Oh, I can't show it to you. Let me immediately return it to the archives. No, he showed it to his ghostwriter, and he made $8 million on the book that the ghostwriter drafted for him using the classified material. So there could be no doubt that Biden knew, under the meaning of know. And, I know quite a bit about criminal law. I have to tell you, I've done hundreds of cases involving knowledge, intent, willfulness, all of those criteria. And I can assure you that both cases equally satisfy all the elements of the crime, Now, it's conceivable that a defendant can come in and say, although you have presented proof beyond a reasonable doubt, enough to get to the jury, that I possessed classified material, knowing it was classified, knowing that I possessed it, I have a defense. My defense was I was old and I forgot and I didn't know. But how does that work? He said he knew it was classified. What, did he forget about it a minute later? It just doesn't work. There is no legal defense there. So what Herr says, well, maybe the jury wouldn't have been satisfied. Well, maybe the jury wouldn't be satisfied in the Trump case either. We don't know. It's not the job of prosecutors to do the job of the jury. The jury does credibility determinations, and there's no credibility determination here. It's an open and shut case. Here, ghostwriter, is material. Be careful. It's classified. That is, don't show it to anybody else. Oh, by the way, I can't read my writing, ghostwriter. Here, you read the classified material. And according to the recording, he turns the classified material. Did he not remember? He turned it up. It doesn't matter that he remembers now. That's not the issue. The issue is his state of mind at that time. How can Herr have found one of them not to satisfy the elements? He was stuck because he had made up his mind early. And he was right, by the way. Biden shouldn't be prosecuted. He's made up his mind that Biden shouldn't be prosecuted. He was right. But he had a problem. The problem is that Trump was prosecuted. And so he had to distinguish the cases. The problem is you cannot distinguish the cases. There should not have been a criminal prosecution in either case, because all presidents take home classified material to write their multi-million-dollar memoirs. They all do it. I will bet you anything that you go back to the time when presidents started writing memoirs, and you will find that they kept some classified material in order to help them with their memoirs. Maybe they made copies of it. Maybe they took notes of it. Maybe they took the originals home. I don't know, but enough former office holders, particularly presidents, but in Biden's case, vice president and senator, took this material home with them. In Trump's case, at least he had the ability to classify it, declassify it. He didn't do it, but he had the ability. Of course, Biden never had the ability to declassify as a senator or as vice president. And so I just can't see any legal difference.